Good afternoon, everybody. This is Ruth Medlin with the Influencer Community. It is Thursday, February 28th, last day of February 2019. Yahoo, buckaroos. And we are here with Jim Gray and Doris Gibbons and John Gray and Amy Elberfeld for our monthly roundup call. So here we go. Off we go. Let's start out by just giving everybody just say one thing that you did in February that was not weather related. Okay, because everyone wants to talk about the weather, and I'm sick of the weather. Forget it. Yeah. So okay, let's start at the bottom. Amy, what's one thing that you enjoyed about February that's not anything to do with weather?
One thing I enjoyed is we took our grandson bowling for the first time.
Yeah.
We came for the weekend, and I highly recommend the Pin Deck in Milford next to Scene 75. Great location for families, and it was a lot of fun. And let me just say that Clark's birthday is today. He's turning 6, and the second game he beat Mimi and Uncle Matt. So I don't know what that says about Clark or what that says about myself or my son, but I'm just saying.
Well, we want to say happy birthday, happy 7th birthday to Clark today, even though he's not with us. I'm sure you'll pass that on. And I have particularly enjoyed his questioning around why potholes are called potholes.
My son sees the world, my grandson sees as very literal. So driving in the car, we were talking about road work signs. He thought they should be fixing holes in the road. And I said, no, they're not working today, Clark. He goes, well, why do they call them potholes? He said, is it because you can put pots in them? That's Clark.
Maybe.
And then later on he goes, no, wait, I've got it. It's because it's the shape of a pot.
It could be that too.
Only Clark. He just can't let it go. He's got
That's fun, but good recommendation about, I always think about bowling as kind of one of those old-fashioned activities, but it's still a lot of fun too, so good recommendation.
Yeah, they have good food, and it was great.
Awesome. Hey, John, one thing that you would say about February, not weather-related though.
Well, I'm excited. We got the Influencer Community's company page set up.
Yes, at LinkedIn. Yes, yeah, we're going to take a look at that in just a little while.
Oh, good. Yeah. I need to see it.
As exciting as that is, what was very interesting was working with Jim and Ruth on Zoom to set it up. And I thought we covered a lot of ground. And I also had my first self-initiated Zoom call. So, wahoo.
We're proud of you.
Okay. Well, and I have to say that John is one of the most patient people I know. That I mean, if it doesn't work for me in about the first 5 seconds, I'm out. I'm like, eh. And John has been so patient and helpful to us, so we're really excited about that. And we are going to be talking about LinkedIn company pages today, and John's going to lead that discussion just a little while. So thank you. Doris, you're up, girlfriend. What one thing in February, nothing weather related?
It's hard to pick just one, even though February was a short month. But I will pick the murder mystery dinner that I got to take my husband.
Yeah, I saw the pictures of that.
And it was 1920s, and I'm telling you, I think I could dress up, whether it's in a fascinator or a fishnet stocking day. I just think dressing up in different characters is amazing, and I wish I could do it all the time.
Well, and I know you said that you were kind of worried you didn't know what your husband was going to wear, but I swear he looked very dapper 1920s.
I bought all of that for him. Aren't I so good?
You are good. Yes, you are. Yeah, that sounds like so much fun.
It really was.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Good. Yeah.
And just as a tidbit here, I've got Amanda Arendt texting me saying, do you know what number to call? So I just took a screenshot of the Influencer Community calendar thing, and hopefully that'll make her join in, just so you know.
Thanks for doing that. We appreciate it. And Jim, one thing unweather related for you?
I got a new camera. It's on order. It's coming in. It's a professional.
Ooh.
I have a Canon video camcorder right now, and this one's on the next level up. It's instead of the sense, it's all about the sensor inside the lens, and this one has a 4 times better sensor than what I currently have, which I thought did a pretty good job. And it can do up to 4K video, and I'm really excited about it. I bought a different shotgun mic too, a very high-end German mic that if I'm doing shotgun events, it'll capture the sound better, hopefully. So I'm hoping to use both cameras. In certain circumstances, I might use both. Maybe get other John or somebody, to do dual angle shots.
Mm-hmm. Good.
And I bought some more mics too, some lavalier mics. So now I can have I can basically have 3 people mic'd while they're talking. So I can be from different, I can have a camera over here, camera down here, have 3 people walking down the street with 3 mics, capture all the sound just like they're talking right into the camera.
I'm willing to be Jim's guinea pig as long as he gives me a little forewarning rather than, okay, ready, set, go, camera in your face.
He doesn't like that.
We're all going to look younger and like smarter and everything, right, with these new cameras?
And
Absolutely.
slimmer.
Yeah.
Slimmer. We're going to look slimmer.
Yes. I like that idea.
Oh, gosh. Well, yeah, I'll get right on that. Yeah. Well, I will say that I was really pleased with my high tea.
Was
A
fun.
couple of Saturdays ago.
Yeah.
It was great
Awesome.
turnout. We had
Wow.
lots of fun, good conversations, and I loved all the Fascinator hat stories. Thanks everybody for wearing their Fascinator and talking a little bit about it. That was really, really fun. So thanks. Okay, well, good. So off we go. John, we think we're ready to turn it over to you to have a conversation about LinkedIn. And I think Jim is going to be able to pull up are you going to do our screen, Jim, on our page, or what's happening there?
Well, that's a good question. John, are you going to want me to screen share and then?
I'll open up mine.
Okay.
I think that's where we are right now. So.
Okay, then you can just take over and I'll just sit back.
Okay, great. Well, first of all, thank you for this opportunity. This is something that I really kind of enjoy and has kind of been a bit of an adventure. I've looked at a lot of different profiles as individuals, and I've looked at a lot of different company pages. But the good news is the platform keeps evolving and getting better and better. So what may have been available 6 months ago may have a whole lot of more features today than it did previously. So we're going to talk about company pages today, but I have gone through everybody's profile and just looked at it and probably have individual comments or suggestions on the individual profiles because those are important as they connect because they're connected to your company page. So, but we won't go into that too much. What I'd like to do is just give you an overview of what a company page looks like. And I'll start, why don't we just start with the influencer community, okay? And I'll just make a couple quick points there. So congratulations, Jim and Ruth, for getting that set up. One of the things, and I'll go into my own company page so that you can see what it looks like for an admin view. So some of you have like companies that you work for that have larger entities where you're not actually the admin person. Like Nygaard would be an example. That's a corporate entity. So there may be some different things you can do with the content that they post there to utilize that for your own benefit as they post things that may be of interest to your clients. But if you have your own page, then you can look at it from an admin view. So here we have, and I'll just use the mouse right here. They've got 9 followers now. Jim did a rework on his banner, which is right above at the very top. And that's a space that oftentimes people don't take advantage of it. Ruth has a nice one on her Ruth Medlin Consulting. So, and I think Doris, you have one too that looks pretty good. But Amy, that would be actually, the banner on your individual profile would be one that you could take advantage of for something Nygaard. But we'll stick on the company page. You notice right underneath the influencer community, and Jim, I'm not doing a good job of, let's do the annotate thing, and I can do a little draw. We all make,
Yeah, I could use some help in how to do that new banner.
yeah, I can show you how to maybe take something and put it on your individual profile.
Okay.
But right here under the influencer community, if you can see my mouse, they put in a tagline. It says, "Together we are stronger," which is the influencer community's kind of motto or tag, you know, and they have on their the bands, you know. So that's a new feature that's available now. So you want to take advantage of it if you have. So going through, one of the key things that makes a big difference here is that previously, you see where it says visit website? Previously, they had a listing where you had to go below the fold, and it was actually, if you notice on the left-hand side, you've got a home page, and then you've got right next to it, and the reason something shows up under, let's show these beautiful faces here. That's a nice one, and then we've got some other. These are great pictures, by the way, Ruth, you know, for kind of the sense of community. There's one Jim put in, but I believe there were some other. See, there we go. Great pictures. So those will be nice things that kind of build that sense of community. And one of the things that would be a way to improve that a little bit is hyperlinking some of these names. But the visuals are really good. And the beauty of a company page is it stays there. And so somebody can go back to your company, look at it. So going back to just the overview, notice when we go back to the left-hand side where it says home, and those little tabs, the posts here show up because they've, Ruth and Jim have posted something. If they hadn't posted anything at all, but they'd filled out content, this is what would show up. And it's still a very useful, now they could probably put more information there, but you see it's got the website and it's got a little bit about the company, okay? But the important thing is previously the summary of the company would show up kind of in the main feed, and you'd actually have to click on see more to even see the website. And you notice now right at the very top, it has visit website, one click and you're there. So this is company pages that become a much, in my view, a much more useful funnel to where you want to get people to go, plus a really good place to provide information.
Okay.
So now I'm going to go to my company page, and I'll just show you a couple things of what it looks like in an admin view. Okay, so now when you go to a page, if you're an admin person like Jim and Ruth are, okay, hey Jim, how do I, tell me again how I get this split over. So it's on my page right now. I forget how to do that.
What do you want to do, John?
I just want to get the pictures off to the side so I can see like on view on admin. Well,
I don't know.
I've forgotten how to do that. That's all right. I can work around it. You're probably hearing the dog bark. So here, yeah, I really do need to do that.
I need to check on Dad real quick.
Okay.
John, can I ask a quick question?
Yeah, sure. Please do. Anytime.
Do the pages look, the business company pages, business pages look the same whether you have the premium LinkedIn or just the regular LinkedIn?
Yes.
Okay.
The company page.
I don't have a premium. I didn't pay for the premium LinkedIn.
Yeah, no, they're basically free, which is a huge plus. Now, one of the things that I do have that I've seen show up as a premium, if I went to Nygaard and I'm looking underneath, it says see key decision makers. It'll show me a link that takes me over to Sales Navigator, which is a premium package. and I'll see key people in that organization right away. Rather
Yeah,
than
which for me, probably since I'm an independent contractor and an independent stylist,
yeah.
I'm not really employed by Nygaard International. I have to set myself apart as an independent stylist and make sure people know that.
And Amy, you have, how does that work with Nygaard? I mean, did you need to get permission to do that from them, or are you kind of just on your own?
They just make sure they make it very clear to us that anytime we represent ourselves on Facebook, LinkedIn, or whatever, we have to say that we're an independent stylist with Nygaard Style Direct.
Okay,
Not
that's
that
the
we're
only
just
distinction.
Nygaard, that we're not employed by Nygaard International. We're an independent contractor.
So,
So
Amy,
we get 1099s and
Yeah, ditto. I'm the same as that.
yeah, we're not an employee
Mm-hmm.
of
Okay.
Nygaard. We're an
That's-
independent contractor.
Amy,
Okay.
that's a really good question, because then going to your, would you set up your own separate company page then? Is that what you're saying?
Yes, and I have one.
Okay, so if we can, we'll just kind of take a little detour, because that's an excellent question, and let's look at your thing real quick, okay? And it's all, there we go.
Oops, sorry.
Oh yeah, there you are.
Okay, so looking at yours here, it has Nygaard International. Now right here is,
Wait a minute, I lost my Zoom screen.
uh,
What happened? Shoot.
Did you minimize it?
I don't know. I had a call coming in and then it.
Go down to the bottom and look for the little video camera and click back on that.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thanks.
So yeah, so I see, yeah, you haven't done anything with your background, huh, Amy?
No.
so
Okay.
that would be, that's a huge opportunity right there, you know, right away when somebody looks at your profile. I did look and I saw you were connected to Nygaard International, which, so what you could do, if you've got, the key is you got to have like some type of email domain that matches with the domain of your company. So I'm not sure how that, that might be kind of tricky. You might even just set up something separate and then still have that main Nygaard. But I'm sorry, when you go down here, see when you click on, you can click on that logo right there, and then it takes you to Nygaard International, which isn't bad, but see, they don't have a banner either, which they
Right.
Right.
should have one, and they're not posting anything, which means you can, maybe you could just come up with a name and say you're, Nygaard, and do it, like a separate entity. We can work a little bit on that offline and kind of work.
Okay.
out
Okay.
this. But let's go back to Jumpstart Innovation. I minimized the screen so I can see. So now we're in the admin view, okay? And that means you see other things. So you see at the top, you've got the page, you've got content suggestions, analytics, which, you can open up. And so you could see like followers. I've not had like a huge number of followers, but I've got, 110. And it will give you data on showing, as you add people, and some statistics. So it's not like they're rushing. And then it gives you a breakdown of like where so most of my followers, because I've lived in Houston for a long time, that's where a lot of my connections are. But I've tried to build up in the Cincinnati area, and it just gives you kind of a breakdown there. One of the things, and then you can see like activity levels. I had, that's my entity. I mentioned Jumpstart Innovation, so it kind of, so I don't have the level of engagement that I would like to have, but I still try to post. So this is in the admin view, all right? So now I'm going to go and see in the upper right-hand corner, it says View as Member. So now this is the way you would see my profile and see if you look underneath Jumpstart Innovation, I've got Tell Your Story, Build Your Brand. We help you shine on LinkedIn. So that's like my little tagline, still working on things. You'll see some posts. Now, this is an example. If you have your own company page, you can take various articles. This one happened to be from LinkedIn Marketing Solutions, and just post it into your company page. I try to acknowledge where it came from but it was a really good article about, that I felt was relevant to LinkedIn. Now, this was the thing I mentioned, Amy, having a premium package. See where it says reach decision makers?
Mhm.
Because it's in a member view, you're following that page. This is what everybody else sees. Now, if I were to go back to admin view, that would go away. Okay. And another really important thing is if you look right under that article where it says like, comment, or share,
Mhm.
that's a really powerful tool, because you might have a good article that you post and then you say, hey, Ruth would really like that. I may just take that and send it to her. So if you do like share, it pops up. Now you've got a choice either to do it share to feed, which goes into like a main, thing. And you've got, notice right underneath John Gray, there's a pick down list. And if you click on that, it opens up and says, do I want to send it to my connections? I can make it public plus Twitter or just public, or I can actually share that with groups, so the groups that you're following will actually show a pick list. And so I can, for example, I think some of you are members of the group Jumpstart Bootcamp. So I could take a good article and just post it, and share it with that group. It's really a neat feature. Now, if you decided to send it as a message and do kind of something more individualized, I'll just say, we'll type in Ruth Medlin, and then I go click, and I could say, hey, Ruth, saw this article, thought you might like it. And it's another way to kind of take a company page and having useful content that's posted there and sharing it further. So that's just kind of like a little window look at it.
That's
Well,
great because I've posted things before, but I haven't noticed the drop down menu
Well,
where I can choose how.
It's new. It's really new.
Oh, okay.
So,
Where I can share it to groups or Messenger. I've always just shared it on my public feed.
Yeah, now you can, but even, so there's a lot of new stuff and new capabilities, both on your mobile and on your desktop. Now, I would say they've made it much easier to post pictures and put content on a company page from your mobile. Because as an example, if I were to go to my individual profile, and we'll just go over, and what it's going to do initially, well, why did it, oh, I see, I jumped the gun. If you look over on the left, it has like similar view to what the mobile is, but see, it's got like a pick down list for company pages and for groups. So right here, I can do a pick down list and say, hey, I want to post something, and I'm going to put it in Jumpstart Innovation. And then I just click on it, and it takes me right to that page.
Okay.
You'll have that same capability on your mobile app. The same thing, like if I wanted to put something like under groups, one of the groups that I set up was the National Women's Soccer League. I just click on that group, and it should open that up, and boom, I'm right in the NWSL, posting something.
Cool.
So this is actually a really useful tool for like your groups within NYGARD that you belong to, and you say, I want to be a little more visible, or do some sharing, or maybe make myself better known, or attract clients. It's a way to kind of get out there and strategically looking at groups that you might post. And so anyway, Ruth, keep me in line in terms of where we are time-wise.
I'm timing you.
Okay. So
Yeah.
one thing I would
What are
say,
we talking about?
Hey,
Okay.
Brenda. John is
Hi.
Hi. John's sharing information about LinkedIn.
Okay, sorry I'm late. I just got out of the beauty shop and I just jumped on my phone.
No,
Okay.
that's fine. Hi, Brenda. This is John. We're just
Hi,
talking about
John.
company pages, but we'll back up for a second. And one thing that I would encourage all of you to do is connect on LinkedIn with each other. That is kind of like a good starting point. You've automatically expanded your sphere of influence as an influencer by connecting with each other. And then what I would do is look at each other's skills, and the top 3 are usually important. If you haven't looked at those for a while, we could probably spend a little time together one-on-one to go through some strategies on how to do that, because when you look at a profile both on a mobile or on LinkedIn, and I'll just go to my individual profile, you only see the top 3 skills. So those are ones you want to position them correctly, but it just helps to endorse each other. For example, Shannon has got her 5-star media. She could probably use some additional endorsements of her company page. And maybe, we've got to rearrange skills a little bit so they're focused on what she's doing now, not, something previously. So a lot of times people forget about that, but you want that your individual profile kind of to be in sync with your company page and vice versa. So anyway, that's a little bit, one of the things going back to, I'll show you something with hashtags. Company pages now have the ability to put hashtags in unique to that page. So for example, I think for the influencer community, that is just hashtag influencer community. Let's see if it shows. It should show something on the right here. Bear with me a second. And see those little pencil marks, that's when you want to edit. So if the other thing, like this thing right here, see where it says new, right there. Now you can customize this, and this is something I mentioned to Jim. If you went into that and say, hey, I want to change that, there are different options. I think you can put in like a learn more. If you wanted to say, oh, okay, see button name right there? But you could do like, hey, we want to get more people involved with the influencer community. Maybe we just say learn more as a way to kind of get them, or sign up or visit or register if you've got an event going on or something. That would be, a different option. All of that is brand new. It didn't exist, probably a month or so ago. It's all very, very new. So that's another example there. One of the things to show you kind of how you can interconnect, I'll show you a company page that I have for Right Size Fitness. This is where hyperlinking in a post can be effective, and you can get noticed by other organizations in addition to your own. So let's pull this up. And I met these guys at the gym, and I had UC color shirts. There's one on Oprah that was kind of interesting. Their stock's been. So I posted some pictures, and just kind of fun visuals. But here is where, if you look at that right there where it says, at the top, it says it's Legs Day at Anytime Fitness and Dimitri. I've hyperlinked it. And then I've hyperlinked University of Cincinnati. And then I put UC Colors Pop with Gildan hyperlinked. Well, Gildan, I think, responded back and they liked the post on one of them. I forget if it was this one. But also, when you do it that way, then we got like 5 likes. And those are like one of his football player friends, 2 of them. And then this is an important point right here. when you're in an admin mode, if you like something, you like it as the company. So if I'm in an admin mode and I like it on a company page, it shows up as Right Size Fitness. If I get out of that and go back to view as like a member, that's a different view. And when you like it there, then I'm liking it as John Gray. And so if you have your own company page and you're an admin, it's important to know which mode you're in. And it's just in that upper right-hand corner where it says view as admin or view as member. So if you're viewing it as a member, which is what this is, now one important distinction on viewing, say you have something you put in your company page and you want to share it. If you're viewing in an admin mode, you can't do it because that share won't even show up. But if you're viewing it as a member, you can share it. See, I could share that article with whoever. So anyway, we've talked about hyperlinking. We've talked about an admin versus member view. We talked about the tagline and hashtags. And we showed a little bit how to share. Now, one of the things that I tried this, poor Jim's been getting these things, but this is kind of a neat trick to build your followers if you have an individual page. So I got Jim up. What I'm going to do, and you can only do this if you're in a member view. If you try to do it as an admin, it doesn't pull the logo. And even then, I tried doing it with the influence. But if I copy that link, okay, and I'll just, show what I did with Jim. I tried a couple different things, but what I did up here was then I pasted that link as a message, okay? And I was just a test. But if you said, hey, we sure, come check out our new web page, or not web page, a company page on LinkedIn, you can take that link and you just put it in a message. And so that link right there, if you click on it, it opens right to the page. But what I really like about that is it actually has the logo in it. Now, for some reason, I was running into problems doing it with the influencer community. I was trying to use that as an example. So,
John, you have about 2 more minutes to wrap up, and then we'll entertain questions.
We can, yeah, why not? That kind of at least gives you a flavor. It's a really tremendous new capabilities and features that if you aren't taking advantage of it, I just wanted to let you know it's out there. I'm happy to follow up one-on-one with each of you, and why don't we just open it to questions now? That would be good. Are you there?
Yeah. John, review again how you go between member and admin.
Okay, in that upper
on the right corner that our pictures are covering it.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah. I'm sorry about. Okay. If I do this, okay, I'm still doing. Jim, how do you get that separated out from the screen? I forget.
It's on. I see it on my screen, but I think it might be a screen size issue. I'm not sure.
But you remember how you split out the.
Is it underneath your picture when you?
You can click on this picture speaker view up above, and it'll move the pictures. Like on your end, Amy, you can choose where the pictures. You can rearrange where the pictures.
Ow!
Okay, okay. There we go. And I'm sorry.
Okay. Never mind. My question's been answered.
So you just you as admin. So just click back there. I did the same thing. So
I just have to say about that though.
The pictures were hiding it.
I just want to say about admin and member that until you get the hang of it, to me it's kind of backwards. Like I would think you would want to be an admin to change things around. And that's really not true, or not to change things around, but to add things to it. And it's really not true. So I kind of have to think about that a little bit when I'm trying to add a picture or something.
When you in a member view, you won't be able to add a picture, but when you see these little pencil things, it means you're kind of in an edit mode. Now, this is a hugely important point, okay? So let's take the influencer community and just show that as an example. When you're liking something, and this is for people that are new using company pages, if Ruth were in or Jim were in admin mode and they post something, so this first one right here, and they said, oh great, we're in admin mode and we'll like that. Well, you know what's going to happen? The page will like it, and guess how many people the page has? 9. Nobody's going to see it. So you really, I like the way they split it out better. So you want to go back into member view and then like it that way. Then all your connections, you have the opportunity to see it. It's a huge difference in terms of visibility.
Yeah. Yeah, I think the longer you play around with it, your comfort level increases, and you kind of learn some little tricks of the trade as you go along too.
And part of it is, you just chip away at it. Now you see on this right here where it's got, this would be another thing if you go to like a hashtag and you want to follow a hashtag. Notice under communities right there, it says hashtag and it says the influencer community. On a company page, you can add up to 3 hashtags. So it could be your own personalized company name. It could be, in this case, they selected one for the influencer community. And then when you click on that, I did a hyperlink to one of those. It goes to the influencer community. It says I'm following it. And I put a note, to Jim, thanks for getting us going on Zoom. But I hyperlinked the influencer community. And then at the bottom, I think I put the hyperlink there. See at the very bottom right there?
Right.
So now that's something, if you want to follow a hyperlink like the influencer community, you just go into the very top right there on the left, type in the influencer community. Hopefully I spelled that right. It's going to be all one word. And there it is. And then when you click on it, it opens up the same thing again. So it's a different way to kind of group content where people have easy access to it.
Right.
So you do that on your personal profile. You follow a hashtag on your personal profile. You set up those, like, here's the ones I want. Here's the hashtags I want to follow on my personal profile.
Right.
Is that right?
So, yeah. So if you took another example, I set up Jumpstart Bootcamp, and I just like JSBC was just the thing that I used. Now it shows, just things that I posted that have that. If we open that up, you can see that down at the bottom. I've got JSBC. So that's another way to put like tips for LinkedIn that I've usually put in the group, but I'm also allowing other people to see it as a hashtag. So anyway, so
Great.
any questions? Hopefully it probably was too much. Sorry.
No.
It was great. And
Absolutely
I will
great.
need to connect with you, John, and get
Hey,
some help.
Zoom, baby, Zoom. I'm here to help. Let's connect.
There you go. There you go. Well, let me just take the opportunity to thank John for doing the presentation today. I still am learning about LinkedIn, and as I said a little earlier, John has been extra helpful and extra patient about my learning curve. So thank you very much. And as he said, if you need some extra help, I know that he's available and would definitely talk with you about your page. And let us know, let us know what you do with your LinkedIn stuff in the next month or so too.
I will do. I did sign up for a pro plan, so we're good to go for more than 40 minutes.
Cool.
Yeah.
All right. Good. That's
I
the
think that's
next.
a hint that he thinks I might need more than 40 minutes.
No,
John.
actually, the guy that started the company, he said the ideal meeting lasts 45 minutes. So he put the free time available at
Oh,
40.
Oh, interesting.
There you
Method to
go.
the madness.
There you go. All right. Well, thank you again, John.
I have
And
a question.
okay. Go ahead, Brenda.
If I can't see anything because I'm driving and I'm on my
That's
phone.
okay.
But if I have to set up a separate business page on LinkedIn like I did on Facebook.
I think you had your page set up as the agency. Am I correct?
This is Brenda.
I don't know.
Yeah. So you could.
I don't know.
No, that's the way it's done.
I just have one. I don't know what it means.
Okay.
Stop.
Hey, Brenda, hang on just a
Yeah.
second. We'll take a peek at your. So we.
There
So
she
we're looking
is.
at Brenda Avard, speaker. Okay, you've got a nice banner.
Oh, nice
Oh,
banner.
nice.
Okay, but this would be one thing where you're not hyperlinked to your company page. And there's a very
I don't
easy-
know. I don't think I have a company page.
Well, you may not. Let's click on it and see what's there. I think I remember looking, but I don't think you do. So that would be a great opportunity for you to set one up, and I'm glad to help you do that.
Okay.
Maybe I don't have a
Okay.
company page either. I'm going to have to go in and look now. Okay. All right.
Yeah. So, for the sake of time, we're going to be moving on. But again, if you have any questions or you need some help with
Yeah.
setting up a company page or hyperlinking or, whatever it is on LinkedIn, I know John is more than willing to share his expertise and help you. And so,
I'd
like
be
you
happy to
said,
help.
Thank you, John.
Happy to
I'm
help.
just a Zoom call away now. So that's going
Right.
to be our new motto. Zoom, baby, Zoom. So, okay. Thanks again, John. And here
Thank
we
you,
go.
John.
So I wanted to briefly go over some things that are coming up for everybody here in the month of March. There are a couple of changes that we need to alert all of our influencers about. And the first one is that we are going to, starting next Wednesday, so the 6th of March, and moving forward from then on, we are going to be posting our tip sheets on our private Facebook page. So that's where you're going to find our tip sheets now. It's just on that private Facebook page.
Group
I
page.
know that, what?
It's our private group page.
Right, private group page on Facebook. And I know that, we've been, Jim's been great about, sending them out and posting them on Messenger and whatnot. And we just really feel that this is a more succinct way, if you will, of getting them out to all the membership. So that's where you need to start looking for them starting next Wednesday, the 6th, and moving forward. Also, our calendar now is posted on our website. So that means that you're not going to be receiving an email with a calendar attached to it from Jim. You are going to go to the website, and the website address again is theicnetwork.com. And you can go to that website and check on the monthly calendar there. So those are a couple of changes. And we're so excited. Well, I don't know if we're excited or we're nervous. I think I'm nervous. I don't know if Jim's nervous or excited. We are going to do our first Facebook Live on the 12th of March. And that is our time where we do our, come find out about the influencer community, join the community, and so on. So we are going to be doing our first Facebook Live. What we've done in the past is we've sent MailChimp emails out to people, and we've tried, posting video and so on. So we're trying something a little bit new. So if you want to hop on that call, please feel free to. We would love to see you there. Make no mistake, we always love to see our members there, but we're going to give it a shot. So wish us luck. Say a prayer for us, because we're a little, I'm nervous.
You'll be fine.
Oh, thank you, Brenda. Thank you. That's sweet. So that's coming up.
If you need motivation, call me first. I'll get you hyped up.
Okay, I was thinking of drinking some whiskey, but maybe
Okay, whiskey or Brenda, I know how you feel.
I know. Maybe I'll just talk to Brenda instead and skip the calories. Yeah. Okay. And so coming up to this, we're so excited, and we just have to thank in advance Doris Gibbons for doing this for us. Doris is going to do an interview with us, I think next week, about the bigger perspective of being a community member and what that really means, and not just influencer community member, but a member in your own community. And I know Doris doesn't like to brag on herself any too much, but I know she has been really responsible for a lot of cool things that are happening in Harrison. And so we're just going to conduct an interview with her, which we'll do through Zoom, and we will archive that. I'm sure Jim will send the link out to everybody so that you can see it. But that's going to be our educational piece and our training piece coming up for the month of March. So we're excited. And again, Doris, thank you very much for agreeing to do that. That's really, really sweet of you. We appreciate it.
You're welcome.
Yesterday, I sent out an email probably around this time of day to all of our influencer community members asking if you had any events or anything you wanted notated in our member event page. And I asked you to send those directly to Jim, and I did CC him, so his email is on that. Hopefully everybody saw that and responded. I know Jim's been busy getting the March calendar ready to go, and he's just kind of waiting to see if anything else is popping up. So we did put a deadline on it for today by 5, and I know we'd relax that a little bit because we're on the call here now, but if you have anything going on in your community or in your business or whatever, we're happy to advertise that for you, free of charge, of course. We're not charging anything, and that does go on our website, so it has a broader reach than just like Facebook. Our next member appreciation event is coming up on the 5th of May. That seems like an awfully long time away when I say that, but I realize that it's like just literally around the corner. We wanted to give everybody a really advance notice so you can put it on your calendar. I know I was with Amy the other day and we were talking about it, and she said, I'm getting my calendar out and putting it in there right now. So it's the 5th of May. It is a Saturday. It is at the Terrace Park Country Club in the Oak Room. We'll have some nice hors d'oeuvres, beverages of your choice. Please do bring a significant other if you wish. That's a great way for us to get to know not only our members a little bit better, but we love to see spouses. Yes, Amy?
May 5th is a Sunday. Is it a Saturday or a Sunday?
No, you're right. It is a Sunday. I beg your pardon. We decided to have it on a Sunday instead of a Saturday. Thank you for that clarification.
I think you said Saturday, and I was like,
yeah, I did.
I put down. Okay, thank you.
I did. No, the 5th is on a Sunday. You were right. I wasn't looking at my calendar here. So, yeah.
And what's the time again?
1 to 5.
Sorry?
1 to 5 p.m.
1 to 5 p.m.
Okay.
And it's, like open house fashion. Come when you want, stay as long as you want, eat as much as you want, drink as much
Drop off Dave at 1 and pick him up at 5.
Amy,
No,
this,
Kevin.
this isn't a play date, okay?
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Okay.
Uh,
Oh, that's good. And then, of course, our big news. Give me my my bubble.
Drum roll.
Yeah, thank you. Our big news is that we are going to be sponsoring and hosting our first ever influencer community Together We're Stronger conference. It is on Saturday, October 19th. 2019. And I know, again, that does sound like a long way away, but when you're working with a conference, you got to get the booking done early. So again, at Terrace Park, it's from 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. Lunch is included. Cost is $35. Let me just tell you a couple of 3 things that we've already got cooking and in the hopper for this. We are going to have vendor tables there. They will be available first and foremost to our influencer community members at no cost to you. So if you want a vendor table, I would advise you, there's only 8 of them. I would advise you to let us know now so that we X out a vendor table. Look, I see hands going like this. What is that? Up, or is that come on?
I want
or,
one.
I can't see your hand, Brenda, but I feel it. I feel your hand. Brenda.
Do you feel my hand? It's coming through the phone. I want a vendor
Okay,
table.
so 3 are
Okay.
gone.
That's the are you in sales hand? Raise your hand.
So
All right,
3
so
vendor
I-
tables are taken.
I see that Doris and John and Amy and Brenda, 4 of you, want vendor tables.
Yes,
That
please.
is excellent. You are all booked in. We thank you for that. And just to let
Thank you.
anybody else know, there's still 4 more vendor tables to be had. Now, if you're not a member, they are $50, but they do include the price of the lunch ticket. So it's,
That's amazing.
just
Thank you
like
for doing that.
$15 extra and you get a vendor table, but you guys don't need to worry about that piece of it. We are going to have, as I said, we're going to have lunch. We are lining up some dynamite breakout sessions. So some new learning going on. We've got, I believe Shannon's going to do one of our social media sessions for us, just as an example. I can't tell you everything because we don't have them all lined up yet, but we intend to have like 3 breakout sessions. We're also hoping to have a morning breakfast speaker. Again, don't know who that's going to be, but we are in search of that as well. So lots of cool things happening. And Amy, thank you again. I talked with Amy about this the other day. We want to do a fashion show at lunch. And Amy has graciously agreed to help us with Nygaard Clothing. So thank you for that. We are going to be inviting Jane Rutherford as well. And also I thought about this later, Pat McWhorter may want to do some of her SE jewelry, or Marberta may want to do some of her jewelry as well. So we're going to try to reach out to folks that are already, that we already know that might want to participate in that. We are looking for some sponsorships. I can't put a price to these yet, but I will tell you so you can kind of be thinking. We're looking for somebody to sponsor swag bags for us. And what that means is you would just pay for the cost of the bag. Okay, you're not responsible for putting anything in them or anything like that. But if somebody wants to sponsor swag bags, that would be great. We are also looking for somebody to sponsor our continental breakfast. And again, I can't put a price to that. I don't know exactly. But if you are interested in either of those, give me a call and let me know. And as soon as I figure out cost, what I'll do is just put your name down like you're interested, and I'll get back to you with costs and say, okay, it's going to be this much. Do you still want to do it?
Okay, so could it possibly be co-sponsors?
Yes. Yes.
So if we
18th.
wanted to co-sponsor the swag bags or the continental breakfast,
Yes, of
a
course.
little group of us wanted to do that.
And we will be listing our sponsors in our program. And we will also list our vendors with contact information in our program. So, it's another way to just get your name out there and get your business.
Can we
name
wear a
out.
queen bee crown if we sponsor?
Hmm.
I'm wearing a crown.
Yeah.
Well, okay, maybe.
I don't ask permission.
Crown, but
I
I don't know.
might be signing up to sponsor if we get to wear a crown.
We are quite the group.
Okay, well, see,
I
I
am in for a queen's crown.
Oh,
I have one already.
okay, good to know. You guys are just like this is a great time of day. I see everybody is like chipper and ready to roll. So that's all the information that I have so far about the conference. But, be on the lookout. We'll be sending out updated information as we get it. I'm going to put out within the next couple of weeks a call for speakers for our breakfast keynote speaker. So you'll probably see that go out through like social media. Just kind of, be aware of that.
Hi, boys.
How many are you expecting, Ruth, if you just had to estimate off the top of your head? Are you
Right.
wanting this first conference to be 50 people, 100 people, 500 people? What are you thinking?
Right. We set a goal that we would be, our goal is 65 people,
Okay.
but we would be thrilled if we were at 75.
Got it. Thrilled.
Yeah. So our realistic
Room
goal,
limit, you think 75 is the room space limit too?
yeah,
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
yeah.
I mean,
Because
we're-
we're going to be using some of those some of that stuff for breakout sessions too. So we have to be mindful
Okay.
of that. Yeah. So
we're gonna
75 would
really hustle to get people to come to this. This is like, we're not just going to sit back and say, oh, they're just going to walk through and show up at the Terrace Park Country Club, So,
So we would appreciate it. I did send out those save the date cards. If you can forward those, if you can,
Where did you send those? Sorry. Where did you send
I put them on our private Facebook
Oh, yes.
page.
Okay, got it. Okay.
I put them on our public Facebook page. I put them on the influencer company page on LinkedIn
Yeah, but that doesn't even tell the time, Ruth. That just says the date.
because I didn't know the time.
Okay. Gosh. Okay.
Yeah, I was
apologize.
still, I was like, yeah, I don't know that. So.
Okay, fair enough.
But more information is coming. Let's just say,
it's a
No, I
big
wanted-
announcement. We're still,
I wanted to get it out there because like everybody says, it's, here it is February 28th and then boom, the next thing you know, it's October 1st. So, I just put that savor date there in there and we will definitely get more stuff out in the near future. So that's all I have. We have about 2 minutes left. Jim, any parting comments, Jim?
parting comments.
Parting comments.
Yeah, just thank you all for being such great members and everybody helping each other. I really enjoyed working with Amy when we were doing our little training on Vimeo. I thought it helps me. Like if you have a question, you want to learn more about Vimeo or YouTube or something, let's do a Zoom call. Just let me know, call me and we'll do a Zoom call and we'll take 40 minutes or something and we'll just go over, some questions you might have. I mean, what did you find that helpful, Amy?
Yes, thank you again, Jim, for taking the time to help me with that. It was great. And I also appreciate that I know that, my forgetful little old mind, if I need to ask Jim again about something, that he would be happy to help. So I appreciate this group. It's great.
Yeah. Well, a big part of our belief in the influencer community is really together we're stronger. And, being able to help each other and connect with each other. And, we don't feel like we need to send you out on a rabbit chase anywhere. We just, we're just trying to get good quality information to you. So thanks for trusting us with that as well. So that being said, it is now 5 o'clock in the evening, Eastern Standard Time. Hey, you know what? A week from now, guess what? Daylight savings time! Yay! I'm so excited. That's my
That is
one of
cool.
my favorite days of the year. All right, so that is it for us today. We want to thank you again. We're glad to see everybody. Thank you, Brenda, for calling in. We didn't see your beautiful hair and beautiful shining face, but we know that you're always gorgeous.